All right, let's do the family of C now. Now I'm gonna take your classic C chord that you would get out of a chord book. That one's fine. I tend to just add my pinky on the top. Just gives it a little bit of a nice sparkle and brightness on the top end. So, like we've seen in a lot of these chord families, they'll often have two finger positions that are consistent through a lot of the chords. Like in the G's, it's these two on the top. In the D chord, you kind of get this part of your D that's very consistent through the chords. So in the C bass, this is the one that's going to be the consistent one. It's, you know, first fret on the 5th string, 3rd fret on the last string. And you can hear, you know, that's the 1 and the 5 in the 6. Or I'm sorry, 1 and the 5 in the key of C, sorry. So again, here's your C chord. Now, let's just do a couple of simple spots. Let's just do going to your 5. So this is your 1. So I'm gonna go to my G. So that's my 5, 4, 5. I like to use my thumb for that one actually, and here. So these are really nice sounding. So let's just start walking up the line, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way back up through. So again, this is your 1. Let's go to the 2. In this particular chord family, the 2 is the chord that I try to avoid because it's tough. This is how you would do it out of a classic chord book. Oh man, very dated minor sound right there. So we want a softer sound. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create this fragment. It's a little bit nicer. So all it is if you take your ring finger, put it on the D note, so that's the 2nd string, 5th fret, and then I'm gonna go, pointer is going to bar across everything except for the very top string. I'm really just kind of budging against the top string so it doesn't ring, but this is gonna lay flat. My ring finger is on the D note, and then my pinky is gonna go on the 4th string beneath here. So 4th string, 5th fret, kind of get like a sideways V-shaped chord with a bar on the back. So I'm gonna just play that whole thing. It's a little bit of a softer minor, but it is a very difficult chord to transition to. If you're coming from here, I mean, it's just not an easy chord to get to. So it is there, it's softer than the typical open chord like this, but it does come at a price of just being difficult. So that's your 2. Your 3 is nice and easy though. Take your classic C shape, and instead of blocking your low string from ringing, you're just gonna let it open. So that's nice and easy. Now let's go to the 4. There's an easy way and a hard way to do the 4. So you can take your C shape and you can take this finger and just add it on there and you get a suspended 1, which kind of accomplishes a 4 sound. And then if you really wanna make that 4 nice and thick, I take my thumb, put it down on the F note, play that whole thing. Yeah, that's a nice beefy 4. So then we go up to our 5, which I'm gonna go back to the base of the C chord, my high 1 and 5 notes, and I'm just gonna use my thumb over the top to create that G note, which is the 5 chord. You can also unsuspend your pointer finger right here, depending on the flavor you want. So now let's move up to the 6. Now this is actually the same, it's the same chord as your A minor that we did in the G chord family. In this key, it's the 6th chord. So all I'm gonna do is, these 2 are still anchored, and then I'm just gonna take my middle finger and put it on the 3rd string, 2nd fret. And now the root note of this is your open A. So I'm using my thumb to block this low string from ringing so it doesn't wreck the bass note. And here's the sound of that one. So that's a nice soft minor in that key. So that's your 6. Now going up to our 7, I'm gonna go back to a G shape. I'm gonna steal from that. So these 2 are anchored and my pointer finger is on 2nd string, 2nd fret, and it's budging against the top because again, I want this note to be the bass note. So there's our 7 and we're back to 1. So again, walking up through all of those, here's our 1, to our 2, to our 3, to the 4, to the 5, to the 6, to the 7, and to the 1. And that's the family of C.